Liam wasn't very happy that I made Stephanie make one of the episodes 3 minutes long because it's like a 15-minute recording, and I was just like, yeah, chop it just down to those three-minute bits. It's so unbelievably short. And he was like, why did you do that? Just like cut out the intro and outro and just put more content in the thing. So from that point onwards, the policy changed to... I think the problem is because when we direct our own series, we change the way... each series is done differently.
Right.
Although it has been... So Liam's in charge of Hollow Knight, I'm in charge of Twilight Princess. And we'll get back to them when the pandemic ends. Or gets to a stage where it's basically over. Which seems like it would be more likely to happen sooner in Australia than America, because America's imploding at the moment.
Well, I don't know about that one. Most of our states are reopening and lifting up the
Yeah, but that's not necessarily a good
quarantine.
idea.
So, absolutely, it's not a good idea. In fact, recently there's been a massive spike in more cases in Alabama after states have started to reopen. So,
Yeah.
I love my country. It's great being here. It's real good. Real good. Full of very intellectual people that go to the beach and fill up the beach during a global pandemic. So, it's
Mass
whatever.
protests in the middle of a pandemic.
I can enhance my religion. Let's go, boys.
Although isn't California one of the states that's doing a decent job at it though?
California is one of the states that has taken the longest to lift it up, but we have started to lift it up a little bit. We've started to push what is essential as a more broader term a little bit more, so more businesses are coming back. But we have not fully lifted everything like some other states have.
But are you doing that because you've had success and that it's been a long time since any positive cases have been active?
From my understanding, and I obviously don't follow it too closely.
No, neither do I.
That is not the case. As I'm pretty sure we've still been getting cases. I'm pretty sure it's just because of the more so of an economic pressure to slightly open up a bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that's the way it's been in Australia as well. Obviously, Australia's been a lot more successful with its reaction and its, and especially South Australia, where where you used to live. We've had a lot of success, and the only reason that we had a case in the last 30 days is because someone international came to Victoria, and then Victoria were like, yeah, you can go to South Australia, and they just let them through the border. And then we got our first positive case since the 9th of May. So everyone was like, well, that's fucking bullshit, since when did Victoria decide what gets in our country? Sort of really opens up how like each state views itself as its own country within a country. So, and that's probably the same in America as well. If you develop your own culture within the territory.
Yeah.
Especially those like major cultural states like California.
Yeah, there's a lot of questionable decisions going on the past few months. I will say that.
Yeah, I think that you're right. It's about the economic pressure, which, as far as I'm concerned, should not be a factor. They shouldn't allow it to be a factor. They should say, "This is a pandemic. This isn't like a global financial crisis. That's a side effect. What we've got going on is people are unwell and they need to get well. And we need to do whatever we can. I stress, whatever we can to solve the problem. And the problem is politics gets in the way, and then everything comes undone.
And on top of the economic standpoint, the other pushing factor, besides politics and economics, is probably because some states have borderline started, mass, protesting the quarantine, which just makes everything worse. I just... Yeah, it's things that's happening here. It's not an out of season April Fool's joke. This is reality.
Yeah. And America's not the only country that's having such a disastrous reaction to the pandemic. The United Kingdom has been shocking at it. Only recently introduced a 14-day mandatory isolation for people coming across the border. And I think Italy, maybe a month ago, said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna open the border up because it's tourist season." It's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
What a great idea.
Let's just let everyone in because we'll make money, but everybody will get coronavirus. It's like, wow.
Keep everyone from dying, or make a bunch of money in the short term.
Yeah.
One may think that this choice is easy, but the choice that is made is not the choice that you would think.
It's just funny. It's funny how stupid it is. I mean, I got a new job in the last a little over a month ago, which I think is pushing the definition of essential worker. And I was completely fine with being unemployed during a pandemic. In fact, it's ideal to be unemployed during a pandemic, because then you're not interacting with people.
Right, yeah.
So, but I haven't seen anything bad happen to it health-wise, or anything bad happening because of it. So, it's questionable, but nothing bad's happened, so it's just sort of more of like a keep an ear out, keep an eye out sort of situation. Which is pretty much my entire life. Wait for the bad thing to happen.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches and try to keep rolling.
Just keep rolling. I mean, that is my life. That is every asset of my life. Just keep trying. Never give up.
I just deal with my life one side foot at a time.
I got Gods and Kings and Brave New World and the Korea DLC shortly after. I think, no, not shortly after. So in like 2016, I got really, really into Civ 5 and started doing some maps and a little bit started to get a bit into modding and stuff like that, which really is what happens when I get really, really into a game. I get into modding and trying to see what sort of options I've got. Do you want to do like more of your own YouTube channel stuff? What's going on with that?
I've been thinking of doing stuff for it. I haven't really touched any of it, mostly because of what's the term I'm looking for? I kind of got burnt out on it a little bit, or I started not really enjoying it as much as like making the videos and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, that's a thing that Liam and I have been really sort of pushing ourselves towards, is this mentality of don't do it if you don't want to do it. Do it when you want to do it, and you don't, because if you push yourself to do it and you don't feel like doing it, it shows, and what ends up happening is you burn yourself out, and then it's over. It's like a short, sharp burst. It's not even that good a burst, and you've destroyed it. And so, and I mean that's pretty much what happened with Liam and TF2 was, and he's still trying because he still loves TF2, but he's just trying to find the good thing again, and it's really hard. And so, we've decided to, well, I think he hasn't done much thinking about what series we might do as some sort of like online series, and as the way things are going, it looks like we're more likely to just end up going back to Twilight Princess and Hollow Knight. But he said that he hadn't done much thinking about it, and I said, don't worry about it. If you can't think, just don't push yourself, because what we've got going right now is really good, because it's been a long time since we've had a long running series with you, Frank, so like SAIM's in a good position.
Yeah.
So, and I think that it's really shown what SAIM means as well, because for such a long time it's been Liam and I doing our console series, and this is just brought in and said, hey, we have this other guy on the side here, and he isn't part of it all the time because it's better to do the in-person content, but I mean, it's definitely an option, and it's something that we can tap into whenever we want to.
Yeah.
And I think that's good for the channel to have that variety as well. Because then you can just be like, well, while everyone's sick and tired of Ayase Namato and Mabini, here's Akira Sora. 2011 and 12 were difficult times where I was like, I don't know what, like I kept pushing myself, I've got to make a video, what am I going to do, and just kept looking for something to make a video on. And then in 2013, which is such a perfect time, I don't know what it was, I think it was just I had so much stuff going on, I was just making content because I was enjoying it, and it was just a really good and easy time. Like I was making more content than ever before at such a casual rate. I was just having a good time, and I had heaps of school stuff to do, and it's hard to believe that I was actually able to do that. If you want to make something good, you got to spend the time, and spend the time when you want to spend the time.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, it's just part of that. It's just part of that idea, that philosophy of the good times and the good feels, and just looking after yourself mentally like that.